The reality is that if you try to live a life of holiness, the evil one is going to come after you. He hates you and wants to kill your soul. He's not worried about the spiritually dead. They're already his. He's coming for you. Referencing St. Gregory the Great, Father Rodriguez writes, "We go not to hunt after tame animals, but after the stag and other wild beasts noted for their swiftness. It is after those whose feet God has made as swift as hart's feet, and those who keep up on the mountains, that the devil hunts. For as for such as live like tame animals, he has no need to run after them. They are already his own, and he minds not to disturb those of whom he enjoys a quiet possession." So, if we're stuck in the mire of sin, the devil doesn't have to come chase after us. He's already got us trapped in the muck. But if we've experienced the grace of Christ and make it the solid ground so as to flee, we shouldn't be surprised to see him hot on our trail. In fact, we'll touch more on this later, but Father Rodriguez says it's kind of a positive thing, so to speak, to see the devil coming after us. We are not only not to wonder at our having temptations, but should look upon them as a good sign, according to the words of St. John Climacus, who says that the most infallible mark of having overcome the devil is that he assaults you violently. So, however you view it, good or bad, once we move toward God, temptation is going to happen. So we have to be ready. In fact, we need to be ready right out of the gate, because the evil one isn't sitting around blowing smoke rings as we begin to seek righteousness. As soon as he notices we're making a move toward Christ, he's coming for us. And while you've probably never thought of it this way, St. Gregory says that Christ is a great example of how Satan wastes no time in trying to derail our conversion. Yes, Jesus was obviously always God, but he lived a mostly hidden life until he began to finally reveal himself. And it wasn't until right after he was publicly baptized and then retired into the wilderness to fast and pray that the devil tempted him. And he did this, says the Holy Father, to demonstrate that it is once we make an obvious move toward God that we need to be ready for strong temptation, because the devil wants us back. As soon as the children were gone out of Egypt, writes Father Rodriguez, Pharaoh got his army together to follow them. When Laban saw that Jacob had gone finally away from him, then it was that he pursued him. And when the devil went out to the man whom the gospel speaks of, he did like one who arms against a rebel to bring him back to a sense of duty. He took 7 other spirits more wicked than himself to return to the place whence he was driven. You see, if we're already hanging out with the devil, he doesn't have to go looking for us. Our defenses are so worn down that he doesn't even need to resort to serious temptation in order to make us fall. We're easy pickings. But when God finally breaks through and begins to set us free, don't be surprised that the evil one gets super serious.